Stephens Roundtable.
And this week's Roundtable begins then with the first new music from The Cure in 16 years from their forthcoming album, Songs of a Lost World, which is out on November the 1st. We're going to start with the radio edit version of The Cure. This is Alone. It's The Cure with Alone, and that is the radio edit of the brand new song, which debuted today on Mary Ann Hobbs' show here on BBC Radio 6. Music from the forthcoming album, Songs of a Lost World. And a very warm welcome to Roundtable. To our panellists, we have the singer-songwriter Orla Gartland. How are you, Orla?
I'm good. How are you, Huw?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Gonna get your microphone turned up there. Mark Savage is the BBC music reporter, BBC News. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Huw. How are you doing?
Gareth from Los Campesinos. Gareth David. How are you, Gareth?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much, Huw.
Mark, if we can start with you. I mean, from a news point of view, as a music journalist, having The Cure back with new music, first time in 16 years, we've heard something new from the band. Is it a big story, this?
It is a big story because, they've been working on this album for so long. I remember reading an interview with Robert Smith in 2019 when he was talking about the fact that they'd written all the songs and he was doing the vocals and redoing the vocals. He just said, I keep going back over and re-recording them because he's not happy with how they sound. And it took another 5 years after that. But he actually sounds really strong on that, isn't it? I mean, that's an incredible vocal performance. There's a real sense of melancholy to it, to have a 65-year-old this late into his career singing lines like "Where did it go?" I found it quite moving.
Very moving. I wasn't sure if he was going to say. When I first heard it, I thought, is this going to be an instrumental piece? Because the original, as I mentioned, we played the radio edit tonight, but the original is 6 minutes long. And let's get Orla's thoughts on this. Are you a The Cure fan, Orla?
I am. I actually have a Cure t-shirt and I should have worn it today and somehow ended up in my Fall Out Boy one, which is a different energy.
Which Cure t-shirt have you got? Boys Don't Cry? Or?
I've just got this plain black one with a logo and it's like one of my favourites. I'm always in it. But I am a Cure fan, yeah. I think it's just mad for music to take that long, isn't it? But I thought that's the privilege awarded to a legacy band like that, and I look forward to the day where I can wait 16 years and have the vocal come in 4 minutes in.
Yeah, Robert Smith says, this is the track that unlocked the record. As soon as we had that piece of music recorded, I knew it was the opening song and I felt the whole album come into focus. The song is Alone. And Gareth from Los Campesinos, what do you make of it?
You couldn't pay me to say a bad word about The Cure, which is, I was going to be very generous regardless of what it was, but it's The Cure exactly how I like it. Dour, miserable, it's like disintegration era. I love that the vocal doesn't come in for 3.5 minutes, and then when it does, it's just so understated. And it takes me right back to those Cure records I love most. It sounds great, his voice sounds great. I don't think you could hear a single hi-hat in the whole 6 minutes. It's just so stripped back with the drums. It's exactly as I hoped that the Cure would come back. And I think however much adulation and acclaim and how famous The Cure are, I think to me they're a band that's always somehow underrated as well. So it's great to see them still making brilliant music after all this time.
Because, Mark, they have been around for such a long time compared to, other newer bands, I guess. They are a legacy artist, but am I right in saying that they've never felt like that because they've always kept themselves to themselves? The new music is kind of constant. I mean, there's a nice pace between the new music, but it does come. They're not a band to kind of look back a lot, are they, Mark?
Well, apart from that 16-year gap, it comes quite frequently. I mean, they're one of those bands who don't go out and court the press.
Yeah.
And there's that famous clip of Robert Smith at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame being asked by a reporter, "Are you excited to be here?" And he says, "Not as excited as you."
Yeah.
And I think they are just kind of a universe to themselves, both sonically but also lyrically, and that's what makes them special. I was looking at a lot of the forums and the YouTube comments today, and there are fans in their 50s and 60s who've grown up with The Cure who were talking about being in tears as they listened to this, and I can see why.
Absolutely. It's a real journey, isn't it? If you're a Cure fan from early on as well, I guess, that you arrive at this point. With the album recorded just up the road at Rockfield Studios in Wales. We're going to ask for marks out of 10. Do you want to go first, Mark?
Oh, all right. I'm going to give it a strong 8.
8. And Gareth?
Yeah, I'll go 9.
And Orla?
It's a 6 for me. I love The Cure, but this is not The Cure I love.
Oh, interesting. Okay. But you'll be listening to the album, I'm imagining, when it drops 100%. In November. Yeah.
Yeah, I love them as a band. I wanted to, I don't know, it felt a little indulgent.
Okay. Orla Gartland, Mark Savage, and Gareth David from Los Campesinos. Thank you for this week's roundtable. The winner is Divorce. So congratulations to them.